South Africa's growth rate has remained low for the better part of 15 years. Taxpayers have spent over 270 billion rand to bail out troubled state-owned entities. Here's business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo, who has more.
In 2004, South Africa's state-owned entities were highly efficient companies recognized on the world stage, employing more than 288,000 people.
Eskom was ranked the best power company globally by Financial Times. When you look at Transnet was known for its efficiency, being able to get goods delivered to the port on time.
Over the years, operational and managerial efficiencies saw many SOEs needing help to keep up with increased competition and technology. In the early 2000s, Eskom could generate 90% of the country's power on any given day. This dropped to 70% by 2017 and 55% in 2023. Similarly, PRASA's passenger rail system has nearly collapsed, with monthly trips plunging from 54 million in 2008 to just 1.7 million by 2022. According to the Centre for Development and Enterprise, this saw bailouts of more than 330 billion rand between 2008 and 2021. But this did not stop the job losses, with more than 100,000 jobs shed at SOEs by 2017.
There's almost been a monotonic decline in terms of employment and employment of a particular race of people and population, particularly Black people and people that are from disadvantaged communities. And because those are the people that were normally working, for example, in Transnet with providing the vocational skills, electricians, for etc. So those are some of the people that were able to be absorbed by the SOEs for employment.
Miriam Altman, director of Altman Advisory, was the presidency's National Planning Commission commissioner and the head of strategy at Telkom. She highlights that some of the bottlenecks for the state-owned entities came from their failure to transition fast enough from monopoly players to more market-based delivery, adding that getting things right is about something other than throwing more money at the problem, but going back to basics.
Customer service, getting down to plant level, getting employees on board with customer service, that just basics. Because if you haven't got that, you actually just can't do anything else. It's very hard to play new things into a sick base.
Drawing from her experience at Telkom, Altman adds that the state taking a step back also helps the experts get on with the business of running efficient operations.
Part of the problem is that the state's been getting into the business of these companies. At Telkom, we created space, but we also had space. The state had kind of lost interest in Telkom. So they were sort of leaving it alone, and it created a certain amount of space for us to do what we needed to do.
Both agree that while progress is slow, SOEs are moving back in the right direction. The Presidential State-Owned Enterprises Council was established in 2022, and the National State Enterprises Bill has specific interventions to improve performance at significant SOEs.
The yield of the investment of putting money in towards SOEs. So not all of it was done in vain.
Finance Minister Ntokozo will deliver the midterm budget policy statement in Parliament on Wednesday, where he will outline the condition of SOEs and any cash injection they may receive. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.